Mm, my first question is, what does happiness mean to you?
Well, happiness for me is when I'm calm, when I'm at peace, and when I'm myself. That's happiness for me. But happiness, the way that people understand is, materialistic, outside of you. Happiness is inside of us. In other words, we can be happy at any given point of time. The only thing is you need to be yourself, not in competition, not in comparing, or rather complaining about things. When you are ourselves, forgiving others, being compassionate, we can be in a sustained mood of happiness. And for me personally, if you say what is happiness, happiness is a status, a state of mind, and when you are able to win over your mind, to keep in a condition that you like, to be very peaceful, very blissful in yourself.
So, what would be that one thing that you would like to tell the generation of today to understand more about happiness?
Well, I would like to tell them happiness is not in wealth, because there has been several studies around the world to show that money, material things don't make you happy. It's actually the spiritual part of yourself that makes you happy. So we need to balance both material and spiritual side, in which we need to bring three aspects I feel very strongly. One is autonomy for yourself. To be autonomous yourself, you have to learn to accept who you are, what you are, and let it go. In other words, you should not be under pressure of somebody. You should not take decisions because somebody has told you. You should be able to decide. You should have the autonomy for yourself. Number two, I think you need to create some amount of affluence. You need to have money or something that you can leave, at least can connect yourself with basic needs of your life. Then the third I call it three A's. The third A is acceptance. You need to accept yourself, who you are, what you are. You should be yourself. One of the things that I teach my class is the positive affirmation. I tell them to stand in front of the mirror and say, I will do this, I am this. This kind of affirmations I try to build in them so that they can create a pathway, so that they can be themselves. So it's very important for the young people to understand and realize to be themselves. Accept things as they are. Let it go and be yourself. Never get into competition. Never try to compare with yourself. I'll give you a small example. If you ask youth of today, oh, you invited for a gala party, the first thing that goes in their minds is, what kind of dress should I wear? What kind of makeup should I build on myself? How will my friend do it? How will that person do it? And then you try to work your wardrobe, and you don't find that kind of a dress that clicks you. You might run to the town. You bring a lot of stress for doing that. Why? You are comparing with somebody. You are not yourself. You're trying to live somebody's life. This nobody understands. And therefore, the only one request for all the youth of today is be yourself. Appreciate the great creation God has made. And when you look into the mirror, say that you are special. You are going to do things beyond what you can imagine. You will achieve, you will be successful. That's the kind of inspiration that you need to provide to the person you see on the mirror. So simple things like this we forget because of the world that, the kind of sensitization, the kind of advertisement that's thrown onto us. Our values are totally eaten up by this. And we forget who we are. We are disconnected from everything. Self with self, self with others, and self with the environment. All the three selves connections, we are disconnected. And when that happens, we are never happy. Never, never happy. So my request is, try to balance the spiritual and the material side. When I say spiritual, it's to do with your emotions, to do with your social work, to help others, to be compassionate, to serve others. This kind of thing is called spiritualism. It's not about religion. It's not about cultural doings. It's about yourself serving others in compassion. That's spirituality. So my request to all the youth of today is be yourself. Try to balance the spiritual in the material side of your life. You will always go happy in life.
There was this one quote I came across. Every morning we decide what we have to wear, but do we decide the thoughts that we should be thinking throughout the day?
Right.
Yes, I came across this, I think, a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then every morning, every time I would open my cupboard, I'd be like, oh, I have to think of all the thoughts now.
Great.
So that's how I kind of played around with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes you yourself,
Yeah. So thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
this lovely opportunity to
Thank you
perform
for
and-
blessing us with your presence, bringing this practice to my class in IIT Kharagpur. I really appreciate your efforts. You have gone beyond your resources. Actually, is all from you. We're not able to help you in any way except give you our gratitude and our appreciation.
Yeah, that's okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.